Good afternoon and welcome to session three of day three of FM Tech Week 2025. I'm Ed Buckley, and again, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the information technology community of IFMA for giving up valuable time in your day to attend these sessions. So this is going to be a slightly different channel or slightly different presentation today in that I've got my good friend Billy Holder, who's the founder and CEO of Project Aidra, who's kindly agreed to come along and share what Project Aidra is and also talk through some of the challenges that Project Aidra is aiming to solve and what really gave him the impetus to create some technology for FM by an FM. So this is well worth listening to because we're going to hear today how somebody who is in the trenches has actually built an application and worked with others to build an application to solve very, very real problems. So welcome, Billy.
Hey, thanks, Ed. Thanks for having me, and really excited to be here today. I see the room is filling up, and thanks everybody for tuning in. As Ed said, I'm Billy Holder, I'm founder and CEO of Project Aidra, and I'm also a practicing FM. I've been in construction and facilities for about 28 years now, going on 29, and yeah, I've seen a lot of things. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen a lot. So I'm really excited to share today with everybody at Project Aidra and what we built.
Okay, and awesome. So why don't we just kick straight off? Uh, can you share with the audience what Project Aidra actually is? It sounds very sophisticated and mysterious.
Well, Mysterious was part of it, the whole Project Aidra. So Aidra is actually a acronym for the Artificially Intelligent Damage Reporting Agent. Um, so basically, the gist of Project Aidra is it's an application where you can use a video, photos, and audio input to the software and return a facility condition assessment, damage assessment, building inspection, audit, that kind of report system.
Right. So I have to ask. Sounds like a great tool. I know we're going to take a look at it very shortly, but sounds like a lot of effort to put something like this together. Why Project Aidra?
I got tired of doing it by hand. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, facility condition assessments, building audits, these are laborious, time-consuming activities that subject matter experts are really ground to a halt in everything else. When it comes time to do an audit or an inspection, everything else has to go on hold, and it's time to do this. So I looked at a good friend of mine one day after having to do this by hand. I said, there's got to be a better way. It's the 21st century, right? Surely AI can do this. And within just a short time, he helped us develop an MVP, and here we are now moving forward with full product.
Okay, excellent. Well, let's stay in the pain for a little while. Maybe you can talk us through some of those major pain points that facility managers are grappling with when it comes to condition assessments.
Yeah, the pain that I felt, and I've talked to other FMs and building operators, and it's a very common theme. Inconsistencies. That's a big pain. Depending on who's doing the report, you've got subjective bias that goes into that. And it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing that happens. We all have different experiences and we view things different ways. So that was one of the pain points that we went to tackle. Another one was the time, right? It can take 8, 12, 14 hours just to walk the site, let alone now you have to take all that information and go back to your desk, fill in the templated form. Oh, I forgot to take that picture. I've got to go back to that closet, right? So just the capturing and data input part can take a long time. And then you've got to do all the rest of it. For some organizations, it can take months to actually complete an FCA, present it to the powers that be. And what we've done is eliminated like 85% of that time that it takes to do that data collection part. And that solves a huge pain. Like if anybody's in the room that's ever done one of these, I'm sure you have, Ed, in your experience, that's the biggest pain point.
Well, I'm seeing a couple of posts going around LinkedIn at the moment where they're sharing RFPs for facility condition assessments. and bemoaning the fact that in today's day and age with the technology, that people are still asking for three hard copies um, of the facility condition assessment, which of course very very hard to pull anything out of it. But I think. I think Project Aidra does a little bit more than just records the information. Maybe you can share how it presents it, and if you've got your either your demo or your slides at the side, maybe we can show the audience what you actually get back from Project Aidra after you've done that walkthrough.
Yeah, absolutely. It does do a lot more, Ed. You're absolutely right. It categorizes any damages it finds. It provides a condition outline, um, and all this from a video or photos. Let me pull up one of the my favorite things that we've been able to do is build a module that allows a report on asset tags.
Hmm.
And so just a simple photo of the asset tag itself. See if this will share.
Yeah,
And
we can see
simple
that.
photo, fabulous. This is an older carrier unit, right? So this was taken by one of our subject matter experts that helped us build the system out and do a lot of the testing on it. This single asset tag, it's an older carrier unit. You can see the serial number. This is a dual compressor fan coil unit, I believe. Yep. It's an old R22 system. It's got all the pressures and everything there with as well. There, the return, share this other one for you. Here's the return of what we get back in that. It's a PDF report that shares the property overview, what it is. Obviously, this is test data, so uh, fills in all the blanks that you can see on that tag. If it was blank there, it's going to be blank here. The serial number, and then as you go down, this is all areas that were not assessed. This is the asset log itself. So the HVAC unit that we just saw that tag from is a carrier. That's the serial number. Here's the capacity rating. If it's on that tag, it'll pull it in. Your voltage, it's a three-phase unit, tells you how many fan motors it has, what the voltage phase of each motor is, that it's an indoor unit type, the refrigerant system, the amount of charge, all this just from a photograph.
My goodness.
And this report was returned in a matter of minutes for a single asset tag.
Wow. Wow.
So instead of having to go and research all that information, he had that at his fingertips in a matter of minutes. What an amazing opportunity for technology to kind of help fill that gap, right?
Mhm. Well, I think that up until now we've had to deal with multiple systems, if we're lucky, website searches and the like, to see if we can actually decode everything. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. Bravo! I think you're getting a few claps coming through there.
I see
The
that. Yeah.
Now we do have a question that's come in, which I'm going to go to as we were actually on that. Question came in actually from Ted Ritter. Can you actually configure the report output, or is what we saw what you get?
So the report has some configuration built into it based on the task description that's created. So let me show you the tasks in our system. This is our task view. This is all the tasks that are completed currently. When you create a new task, you'll give it a title, a due date. This task description actually has a lot to do with what you get back in the report. So, what type of task are you doing? Are you doing a condition assessment? Are you doing an asset assessment? This helps prompt the system, and gives you a hand in the prompt as to what you're going to get back. There is a basic format to the entire report as a whole that we have designed. But if you are in an organization that has a format that your organization requires, it's very easy for us to adopt that and change our output to match your report.
Excellent.
I
And
hope that answers your question there, Ted.
so we'll see back if he types in, but I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worthwhile remembering for everybody in the audience that you really are, and we really are seeing an MVP product. This has actually just hit the market. It's pretty exciting that we're getting to see it at this stage, and so it'll be really great to see how it develops over time. I do want to pause just for the audience there because one of the things that I noticed in how you're configuring it is it follows really good practice in terms of AI prompting. And so just for the audience, so we understand what that uh, what good practice is. It's actually called Codo. So the character, we're telling it that it's really a facility manager doing a facility condition assessment. And what's the objective? What format do we want? Are we an asset assessment, the do's and the don'ts? So things to do and things to avoid, and then what does that final output look like? And so it's actually baked in so that we as facility managers, and this is just one of the things I'm quite taken with having a look at it, is that we as facility managers don't always know what great prompting procedures are and the fact that it's built in, and that's something I think we'll see going forward. We do have a couple of other questions. Does this also put the asset tag information into a spreadsheet or other format or other form?
Yeah, great question. Yes, you can do a PDF output or you can do a CSV output. And right now, as Ed mentioned, we're always consistently improving this product. Right now in development is our API. So very soon you'll be able to have an API output as well.
Okay, wonderful. And then Harold Miller, many times asset tags are worn and some data is not legible. How does the platform handle this missing data, which happens more often than not, I would say?
Yes, it does. So that is a big problem. And that happens even when we are doing it manually, right? If an asset tag is missing data, we have to then go research that, piece together the serial number. So what we've done is we've built that into the system to where the system is going to go and look for that serial number. So maybe it has a partial model, a partial serial, and a brand, and potentially a data manufacturer. Our system goes out, finds that brand, partial serial, partial model, brings that in, and makes the best guess that it can as to what it is, just like you would do as a facility professional. I want to back up for a second, Ed, because you mentioned something a minute ago about prompting. And I want to reassure everyone that's listening and watching this, even later down the road, if you find this on YouTube or the community channel and you're watching, we built this with industry experts in the field. We built this not just from me, but from dozens of industry experts giving their input, telling us what they needed, telling us what they wanted the reports to look like. And we've been so lucky to have such great support across the community from IFMA that I'm really, really happy at the result in the community. So this was built not just by me. Yes, it was my idea, but it wasn't just me doing it. It's the whole IFMA community of industry experts. So if you were a part of that, I can't see the participant list right now. It's on a different screen. But if you were a part of that, I give you a shout out and a thanks for being a part of it. Um, See, there's about 50 folks in the room. That's amazing. So just thank you. This isn't just me.
Wow. Let's come back to let's actually go straight to that. So you're a facility manager. You're not a software developer. Yet you've been able to work with a team to pull together a product that solves a very, very real challenge that we have as facility managers. Um, I would love to hear a little bit more about the process and some of the challenges that you and the team had, I guess, in pulling this together.
I think the biggest challenge that we faced was early on finding a development partner that understood what we were doing and was willing to work with us instead of trying to tell us what they thought it needed to do. I really believe that was the hardest thing. We searched for months before we found the right partner, and we interviewed multiple development firms. It was a laborious process in and of itself. Um, at the end of the day, we found a really great partner that's worked with us that they are good at AI and machine learning development. They're not facilities professionals. So they're taking us as our subject matter expert, telling them what it needs to do, and then they're able to interpret that into the system. So back and forth with the prompt engineering, back and forth with the modeling as to how we're going to make this happen. And there were moments where I wondered, are they actually going to understand? Are they going to be able to pull this off? Because there are unique challenges to the built environment. We all know that. And not everything is the same. And in programming and in computer language, there's very rigid process. If this, then that. There's not if this, maybe that. And so we had to work that. Well, it could, what if this? What if? Not just if. So that was a big part of the challenge. I think probably the biggest. Another challenge has been accepting that it's, you know, doing what it's doing. When I first saw the reports back, I myself was just blown away. And wait, this can't surely somebody else had a hand in this. And no, I've run so many of these myself. The only human in the loop is at the back end, and accepting that we're getting where we're getting is amazing. It's really kind of, I almost want to say, unreal. The technology is just to that level now. So the acceptance of progress, I guess that's a good way to say it.
Very, very cool. Well, it's been great to kind of visit with you a couple of times along your journey, see the product where it is today. Um, I'm sure that everybody's sat there wanting to have a demo or what have you. So I'm going to put you on the spot right now and say, "Oh, Billy, uh, what do you got that might help people fully understand what this is going to do and or what it's not what it's going to do, what it is doing today?"
Yeah, I've got a couple of videos I can share. I'm trying to find one that's not super long. I know we're about halfway through time. Um, this is probably the better quality video, so I'll share this one, and then I'll talk through it a little bit, but do try to stay focused on the video. I'll point out some things, and then we'll look at those in the report afterwards. This video was sent to us by a homeowner who wanted a demo and also wanted to see what was wrong with the outside of their house. They had some suspicions, but they wanted to see what the tool would tell them. So one of the use case applications is actually pre-listing and acquisition inspection. So this is the use case for that. And I hope it's not super choppy as we're presenting and doing Zoom. So Ed, if it looks bad, let me know.
Okay. I think it's probably it's struggling a little bit, but let's
You know what I'll do?
it, it seemed to be doing a little bit better when you just had it as the vertical in there.
Let me do this then. Let me
I gotta
change this.
I gotta say after a whole bunch of polished presentations coming through, it's actually pretty cool seeing the sausage get made here.
Yep. It's kind of the world premiere, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, I
And
will do it
just while
natively.
you're doing that, I want to make that point that something that really excites me at the moment. And so I've been messing around with technology and trying to stitch things together for, gosh, more than 20 years now as a off the side of the desk job, and continually challenged with it. And so, what Billy's been able to achieve here, and what others are being able to do, just by really deploying the AI tools, I think it's pretty incredible. And for me, that means that we're at one of the most exciting periods of time in FM. So, let's see if the video will get going again. Oh, there we go. Over to you
And it
again, Billy.
plays a little better natively. Yeah, thanks, Ed. It is amazing. So this is not a professional camera person. This is a homeowner that is holding their cell phone and walking the perimeter of their home. I, that is one of the biggest achievements that we've been able to accomplish is that you don't have to have your subject matter expert now in the field to do this assessment. I don't want to say it can be done by anyone, but it can basically be done by anyone for the video capture. As long as they're given the right instruction, they're not moving the camera too fast. Move your head too fast, you're not going to see certain things, right? So, um, just looking at this from their perspective, you can see they're kind of holding the camera a little above eye level and walking around. This is not sped up. This is at real time. We've tested this and deployed this in multiple environments as well. So while we're looking at a residential report, oh, what's that? Let's see if the report catches that because I sure did. Yeah, we've deployed this in a lot of different environments, whether it's residential, commercial, retail, grocery, hotel industry, and hospitality, and the results are continually the same. It's consistent. This is kind of the other direction, catching up to that window right there. Perfect. Let's hop out of this and let's look at the report because I know that's now what everybody's really wanting to see. So we start with the site description, the inspection purpose, key areas of focus. All this is set in the tool, and this is all pulled in from for the prompt. The property tells you what it is and gives you some quick highlights of what it finds right in the executive summary. Critical issues found. A vertical crack was observed in the brickwork on the side of the house, timestamp, and video number that was uploaded. Urgent concerns, areas assessed, asset items logged. So there were no assets logged in this. There were no asset data plates, so there were no assets logged. Exterior assessment tells you what it sees of the roof. Now here's the bread and butter. This is where it all comes together. Shingle type, soffit type, the vents, and it even says there's possibly a ridge vent, but I can't clearly confirm that. So what's that going to tell you as a FM? Hey, maybe I need to send somebody out to confirm that one thing. You know exactly where to send them because it's timestamped and the video's there. Flashings, chimneys, the wall, paint finish, weatherproofing, caulking around windows, doors, not clearly visible. See, it can't see it. You can't see it. I doubt any of us could see it from that far away. And we're all trained. So It can see what you can see. Remember that. That's really important. It gives you a description of the windows, the carport, the garage, the landscaping. A plant is growing on trellis directly against the brick wall side of the house. A tree with red leaves. Vegetation mulched beds is close to the foundation and walls. Why is that important? It should be monitored. Exterior lighting talks about the Christmas lights on the gutters, the lantern style fixtures. Now, if we had anything interior, this is where we would have an interior assessment done. Asset inventory log, this is where any equipment that was asset tagged would be. And then here's your issues log. So this is really vital for that API component. This is where it's going to pull to that CSV or pull to that API to give you this critical information. Vertical crack is present, moderate to major, requires immediate further investigation by qualified structural engineer, foundation specialist to determine cause, severity, and necessary repairs.
Well, I have to say the issue number two, the interior of the attached garage appears to be significantly cluttered. Well, they obviously haven't seen mine, so
That didn't look as
but
cluttered as mine does. So,
no, so
um,
I think it's so I think this is great. I know we are coming up on the end of the session, so I do want to pick up two questions that have come in before we give you the close. So the first
let's do
one
that.
is pretty specific about the data storage. It says, is the data stored in a cloud-based platform or integrated into the customer's IT platforms, and how long will it store for?
Both great questions. So currently, our system is stored all in the cloud. We're 100% on the Google Cloud platform. However, we can host it natively on a client side for security measures, right? So if a organization wants to host it self-hosted, so they maintain all security, and the storage time of reports and videos that's completely customizable to the organization. If you want them forever, we can make that happen. Currently, they time out after a set number of days.
Okay, great. And then lastly, interesting question from Vern McCade. Sorry, Vern McDade, I should say. Does it compare the results with the previous inspection?
Great question, Vern. I'm so glad that you asked that. We're actually just talked to our development team about this exciting development. We are working currently to link report to report so that you can monitor conditions over time. So, short answer is yes, very soon.
Okay, awesome. So let's say on that note, any closing remarks before I close the session?
I really appreciate the time, Ed, IT community, IFMA, anyone that's out there that's looking for a solution to help them speed up their time on these kind of reports and inspections, reach out to us, projectaidra.net, find me on LinkedIn, and connect with me. I'd be happy to give you a demo. There is a 2 week trial. So if you want to sign up today, get that 2 week trial. And currently, early adopter pricing is available, but that pricing is going away soon. So the more folks that we have using the system, the better it's going to be over time. So that's all I could say is just I'm excited for this and I hope you are too. And I look forward to helping everybody solve this time problem.
Great, thanks, Billy. And I would say to everybody, this is one of the reasons I like being part of the technology community of IFMA. We get to see products that are actually in development being brought to market, and especially here, getting to see our colleagues really stepping out and taking that risk to develop something and put it in the market so that people can use it, provide the feedback, make it better, and so on. So. But Billy, thank you very much for doing that. I'm hoping that you'll come back on a future Tech Week or even maybe an interim webinar when the product's moved on a little bit further, so that you can share with all of us the continuing development of the product and how it's being used. But in the meantime, I just want to thank everybody for joining us for this third day of FM Tech Week. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for day four of FM Tech Week 2025. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ed.